Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is coming out later this year. Looks to be a really good game, and it's no surprise that limited edition hardware in the terms of controllers and stands and hard drives, etc., are all being sold with the logo of the game. This is nothing new. This is exciting because if it is a cool game, I think it makes the value of those things even better. What I don't understand is the price point here. And I wanted to do a quick look at the controller, which is a limited edition Purge Trooper Xbox wireless controller that comes with an accompanying Xbox Pro charging stand, which also matches a similar paint job. I have seen this on a lot of other Xbox controllers. Typically, the controller stand is not a powered controller stand. It's just a plastic piece by Controller Gear usually. Some other brands work on it as well, but typically it's Controller Gear, which is good because we can compare apples to apples because this controller stand is also by Controller Gear. Sometimes they do sell a charger that goes with that, and I'm going to get into the price point in a minute. I think this is a little high, and I'm really having a hard time understanding why. So this is $140 for this controller stand, and what it includes is the controller and the stand, and it includes the really cool paint job, which I do like. I am not really familiar with the Purge Trooper. I mean, I'm familiar with Stormtroopers, and I understand that there's different types of Stormtroopers. I've seen this a lot in all the Star Wars Battlefront games I've played. But in terms of being able to pick out a color scheme instantly and say, oh, that is a blank type of Stormtrooper, that's not who I am. But I do like the color scheme. This definitely has a very dark Imperial look to it, and I think that is an important distinction. This definitely looks dark and menacing with a lot of bright red and black, something that is very synonymous with Darth Vader, for example. Red lightsaber, and he wore all black. I like that. I like the detail that is put into this controller. I don't feel like it's overly done in terms of how they lay out some of the details and the emblems. I don't think it's gaudy by any stretch of the imagination. I like it that it's not symmetrical. You do have different markings on the left and the right. You do have a lot of faded looking logos, which is very synonymous with that Star Wars look and feel as well. My biggest complaint though with this particular controller is the X, Y, A, and B buttons, something I have talked about extensively on other controller looks, that they don't have to stand to regular conventions. At this point, you don't need to have a nice vibrant green A button or a bright yellow Y button. It really breaks the look of this controller. And for comparison's sakes, if you take a look at the PUBG controller, everything is flat on it. It doesn't call any attention to the buttons on the side. And if you look at the Sea of Thieves controller, I know it's a small photo here, you can tell the exact same thing. It matches the barnacle look of the controller. So why you have this beautiful controller and you tack on these gaudy buttons is beyond me. Then they include the controller stand, which is cool. If you don't have an external charging case, you can just lay this on. It's dual function. It's a nice display piece that matches the controller, and it'll charge at the same time. Really, really cool. And it has a very distinct paint job of its own. It is not just a continuation of the other controllers, something that I've seen on the Gears of War controllers, particularly the Gears of War 4 controller set and the Halo 5 Guardian set of controllers. All four of those, the controller stand looks very, very similar to the controller, and this has a nice clean break between the two. You got a lot of red and black in one and a lot of red and black in other, but it's not the same pattern throughout. So they did a really good job of this set. However, the price point's a little bizarre. It's $140. Now, if I go back to the PUBG controller, and I'm just picking on one, it doesn't matter which one, it's $70. As a matter of fact, all all limited edition Xbox controllers are always $70. That's the asking price. Whether you picked up the aforementioned Halo ones or the Gears ones, Sea of Thieves, Minecraft, PUBG, there's a lot more, but you get the idea. They always run you $70. And if you want to get the premium stand, again, don't worry about the fact that this is Sea of Thieves. Just look at what it is. It's the exact same thing. It is the Pro charging stand with a branded logo or a branded icon on it. That will set you back $50. Quick math, 70 plus 50 is 120, yet they're asking 140, which is weird. I guess it's the Star Wars tax. I don't know. If you were curious, by the way, and you wanted to pick up a Pro charging stand without any markings on it, this is just a standard zest orange color here. They sell them in black, green, blue, whatever. You pick your color. That's $40 as opposed to $50 if you want the special edition. So not really sure what they were going for here. I don't understand it. This is very high, especially on the heels of the Elite version 2 controller, which is coming out very, very soon. I think a lot of people will probably look at this price point and look at that one and kind of think, well, do I want an Elite controller or do I want a red and black controller? I don't know. To me, I think that answer is pretty clear. However, I will say that it is really, really cool except for the buttons, and I think that is a huge letdown. I do collect limited edition controllers. I have about a dozen now upstairs. And I don't play with them. I just like looking at them. The Forza, the Minecraft Pig, the Creeper. They're cool. They're fun to collect. They're unique. It's a neat keepsake. This would totally be part of that collection, but not for this price point. Maybe if it drops down a little bit cheaper, I'll consider it because I'm a big fan of Star Wars. I'm definitely looking forward to Jedi Fallen Order, but not for $140, I'm not. So with that, I'd like to close out this video. Do me a favor, leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think about this controller and let me know what you guys think about the price point. As always, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, have a great weekend, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.